Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I just need to go to sleep. If I can just go to sleep. If I can just go to sleep. I just need to go to sleep. Sleep. If I can just go to sleep, I'll be fine. I know I'll be fine. Just leave me alone. God, I need you. God, I need you. God is supreme. God is supreme. He's in control of everything. I know that he's in control of everything. I'm a God. I am a God. Yes, I am a God. And I can do anything I put my mind to. I know I can do anything I put my mind to because math is the answer. Math is the answer to everything. If you add, if you subtract, if you multiply, you can get any answer that you need. God, I just need to go to sleep. Please, just let me go to sleep. I just need to go to sleep. I just need to go to sleep. I just need to go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I'm afraid. Can you see what I see? You do not see what I see. I'm the only one who can see what I see. Please, just leave me alone. These are some of the thoughts I had when I had my very first acute manic episode. So what the fuck is mental health? My life.
While Kassandra was at Howard, I received a phone call that any parent dreads. She was taken to the hospital and later diagnosed as bipolar. We as a family all were in disbelief.
My name is Kassandra with a K, Byrd with a Y, and on April 10th, 2015, I was diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder.
So what challenges have you faced living with a mental disorder?
So when I first got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I didn't think I was bipolar. I truly thought I had been charged with a crime I did not commit. My first episode was onset by my great aunt passing away. And I didn't know at the time that stress was a big trigger for me. When I got back home to South Carolina, my doctors gave me all these different types of medicine. I was on a cocktail of different types of medicine, and I didn't know what was helping and what was not helping. I was drowsy, I was zombie-like, I hated every minute of it. And I went into a space of isolation because I didn't think that anybody could understand what I was really going through at the time. So it was really difficult for me. And the biggest problem that I had, or the issue that I thought, was that I was no longer going to be as smart as I was. I thought being bipolar meant that I was crazy and that I couldn't think through things like I normally could have or do anything that I wanted to do. And so it was a really hard time for me when I first got diagnosed with being bipolar. And that was some of the challenges that I faced.
So what does mental health mean to you?
So to me, mental health is more than just being diagnosed with something and getting the medicine to help you deal with your issue. Mental health is a big umbrella of different things that you need to be able to take care of yourself, do reflection, go seek advice, and get the help that you need. If you have been diagnosed with something, but many people go undiagnosed, so whether you've been diagnosed or have been undiagnosed, people who live with different issues, whether it be anxiety, depression, mania, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, you have to take the time to understand what your mental chemistry is, and take the time to understand that and to evaluate yourself, and then also be an advocate for yourself. You have to go and do the reflection time. You have to go and talk to a therapist and get an unbiased ear to hear what it is that you have to say and get that out, and then also know that you are not alone, and then you don't have to do this by yourself. And so to me, mental health is just an umbrella of all these different things and taking care of yourself and doing these things on your own. And that is something that I had to learn to accept.
Kassandra finally accepted her illness, and we all have, honestly. But did she become defeated? No. She spoke out about this and has inspired so many others.
So how have you now become an advocate for mental health?
So something that I do is I've started my own podcast called Living Out Loud with your host, Kassandra with a K. And on this podcast, I talk about the topics of spirituality, sexuality, mental health, and social justice. And so I've taken this opportunity to share my story and to have different people to come on my podcast and to tell their stories so that other people know that they're not alone in this issue and this fight against mental illnesses. A lot of people feel isolated, and what I found when I first talked about my issue with this disorder, bipolar disorder, a lot of people were like, wait, I know somebody in my family that behaves the same way. Do you think they're bipolar? And the first thing I had to say was, I am not a professional, and so therefore I cannot diagnose. So my podcast is not about diagnosing people with these disorders or different things, but it's truly out there to help people understand that this is a real thing that we deal with, and that it's out there, and that we don't have to be ashamed of it or embarrassed of it. And one of my biggest supporters, who always listened to every podcast I ever had, was my mom. And this is something that she would have wanted.
Kassandra, I have always loved you, been proud of you, and will never change in how I feel. You have all my respect. I always said there are three things you can depend on: God's love, love for yourself, and my love. Keep soaring, my eaglet. I will always have your back. Love for all eternity. Mom.